88.1 The Burg, your music central. You are in the backyard burn for another day of just two goofballs trying to entertain you with news, sports, and anything we can during this crisis. It's your boy Shane Dog Peterson with me as always. You know him, you love him. It's Mr. Noah Annette. Noah, how are you doing this fine Thursday?
I'm doing great. And as you know, Shane, it's the week of surprises.
Oh, boy. We're starting off with the surprises right off the bat.
Yeah.
The thing is you said, I got more surprises coming, and I didn't even think about it. My brain's been off today. Okay, Noah. Before we do this, I want to explain to everybody. Noah, the past couple of days, has decided to basically rummage through his closet, and he's got these surprises for us. And usually they come in the form of a hat or something goofy. So I'm excited to see what you got today. We've got the Cat in the Hat. We've gotten the elf hat. Noah, what's your surprise today?
Well, actually, a good hint for the surprise would be something goofy, but it's not goofy, but it's something that could be related to Goofy.
Oh boy, what is it? Okay, drum roll.
It's a Mickey Mouse wizard hat.
Noah, why do you have all these hats? Now, thank you for putting this on in the first break, because now you have to wear that for the rest of the show. Oh my God. Okay. So what give me the background behind this hat, Noah. Noah's hats. This is a whole new segment. Give us the story behind this lovely piece.
So I was in Disneyland when I was in the 4th grade. And I actually have the gloves, but they don't fit my hands.
Oh God.
Yeah. But anyways, so me and my cousin and my grandparents went to Disneyland, and we all got to get our own outfit. Me and my cousin both got our own outfit while we went there. And he wanted the Jack Skellington stuff, and I'm not about that. It's not my style. I liked Mickey Mouse, and so I got the wizard hat with the gloves, and I wore it pretty much the whole time I was there. But so now I just kind of have it. I never got rid of it. It was kind of sentimental to me. Now I can probably care less where it goes.
I think you should keep that. I think that's something that you should definitely keep. I don't know what you do with it, but I mean, you obviously got this strange hat collection that I think might really come in handy one day. I don't know where or why, but I think these surprise hats that you're hitting all of us with, Noah, are great. And if you guys who are listening on air, you guys want to go check it out, you can check all of our past episodes out on YouTube. Look up 88.1 The Burg, and you can see our two shiny faces and see us talk about all this goofy stuff. 88.1 The Burg, your music central, backyard burn. Shane Dog Peterson and Noah Annette. We are here bringing you what we think is some interesting news. And with this crisis that we're all in, there's nothing but interesting news. But, in the middle of a crisis, sometimes you can find, a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of humor. We right here have a photo of a nurse from Tula, Russia, who was suspended from work at her hospital. Tula, Russia, again, it's in about 100 miles away from Moscow, where she arrived showing up in a transparent, work jacket, to protect herself from the virus, but with no clothes underneath, only wearing a bra and her underwear. Now, Noah, what do you think about this?
I mean, I think it's kind of silly, but I also think, it's not really the most appropriate get up for the work environment. But the old guy in the picture seems to be very thrilled. That's all I have to say about him.
Yes, the photo will be up on our little YouTube page, and it's also available on the New York Post if you want to go check it out. But there's two very elderly gentlemen who probably look like they have contracted the virus. One's laying down, the other one's sitting straight up with his mask on, and they're both bird dogging this poor nurse while she's doing her job, wearing a see-through workout. Well, it's not a workout. It's a PPE vest or whatever. It's supposed to be able to dispose of it and get all the germs on it. But for some reason, they had clear ones, and I don't know if they had, black ones before. Maybe they did a color change up and she just showed up to work and she's like, yeah, I only got this to wear underneath. But either way, unfortunately, I don't know if she did this on purpose or not, but I mean, those guys are bird dogging her, and it's a little bit weird, but also absolutely hilarious because those guys are just going, if this is the way that I go, then I'm going to die a happy man.
Oh my goodness, I haven't had this experience in 30 years.
Back in my day, the nurses looked pretty good, but nurses today, wow.
Yeah, something like that. But when it comes down to it, I wonder if it's like extremely hot wherever they're at.
Oh, the thing is, like, she's probably working a long shift and running around, even though she got excused from work that day because obviously she couldn't really do her job without being a distraction, unfortunately. And I don't say that to, say that like it was wrong for her to do this. But I mean, some people, when they see part of a girl, partially naked, a lot of them are just going to sit there and stare and want to wonder what the rest of it looks like. That's how some people are. So looking at her, it looks almost like a sweatsuit. So she's probably got a good little belly sweat or something going, which is probably super uncomfortable and probably why she didn't have any clothes on underneath in the first place because they get so hot.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only like reasonable thing I can think of is like maybe it's just really hot in there from working long hours and whatnot. And maybe next time they just give her one that's not clear.
Well, you know what? I think the only thing that makes sense to me is that this happened in Russia. So that's the only thing that I think that I could draw this conclusion from.
In Soviet Russia.
In Russia. 88 won the Burg, your music central. You are still in the backyard burn, and you're with exactly who you thought you'd be with. It's your boy Shane Dog Peterson, Noah Annette. Now, Noah, there's been a lot of crazy stuff this past year involving a lot of scandals with the universities and admissions offices trying to get people in and paying money. And it looks like our friend from Full House has finally made a plea deal. Ooh, excuse me. Had a little burp there. Lori Longry, who is one of the actresses from Full House, tried to get her daughters in to USC through via the crew team, getting a fake scholarship and getting fake admission into the school. She was able to reach a plea deal today. She was facing up to 20 years. Now she has agreed to 2 months in prison and $150,000 fines and 2 years probation. She also must perform 250 hours of community service. This is via TMZ dropping this morning. Noah, what do you think about this?
I think that's fun. She's finally getting what she should deserve right there with the whole thing. I think she kind of needed to be punished, and I believe it was Aunt Becky on Full House finally getting her justice served.
Boy.
But I don't know. I don't have too much to think about this. I don't know. I think it's nice to see some of the people that are doing the backdoor deals get caught. I think that's just kind of my opinion of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the one thing that's pretty interesting is that it has been a really popular thing, especially this year. There's been scandals at USC, UCLA, Georgetown University. There was a scandal at Georgetown University where some owner of a Chinese mine sent his son to Georgetown and bribed the school with $4 million and got caught. It's like, bro, if your kid was smart enough, you wouldn't even have to pay $4 million.
Yeah, exactly. That's what always gets me going. You could have your kid use that $4 million for something else.
Yeah, seriously. If you're not smart enough, dude, let him do a startup. Let him do a useless startup. There's plenty of them. He could just have his own creative space, get a team of people like you and me in there, pay us a bunch of money to make fun stuff. This is how the world is going to be going around. But exactly. It's really crazy that people are really trying to bribe people to get into school. That really makes me sad and really kind of takes away the integrity of a lot of the academics. It makes me wonder really like some of these schools and some of these people you see that go there, how do they really get into there? You know, that's a big question for me, because I know me, I did everything I could to get into the old Central Washington University. And I mean, they took my money very much, so I couldn't imagine paying extra money to get into a school. Could you?
No, I wouldn't be about that. I think, but I'm also one of those, those people where it's like, I believe that people are like, they like, everyone has certain capabilities, and some people are better at things than others. And I think that, each job in society has a place for someone, like there is a person that, there may not be as smart, or they may be pretty smart and just enjoy it, that wants to be like, a custodial person, something like that. And then there's other people that are astrophysicists. So, like I think there's plenty of jobs out there, and it kind of just depends on what you're looking for and what kind of person you are. I think some people like the simplicity of work.
Yeah, sometimes it's just kind of falling in line, just figuring out where you fit in the world and just working every day. We all got to work. I mean, we're working right now. This is what we consider work, right? I mean, this is what I'm trying to do for work. I would love to just sit here and just talk all day into a microphone and get paid. But sometimes that might not be the truth, especially with this economy. And that's why after I get off air, I am going to go be climbing on ladders and working outside. And that is that, because some of us don't get to make our ways into college and into life through the crew team and we get served with some Full House justice.
Speaking of Full House, Dave Coulier from Full House is on the new season of Worst Cooks in America right now.
Oh, interesting.
And I can't remember what one he is. I know he's not Uncle Jesse, and I know he's not Bob Saget, but it's Dave Coulier, whoever he plays in the show.
I haven't watched Full House in such a long time, and I tried watching Fuller House. That train wreck of a show.
I heard a lot of people like that. I never watched it though.
I didn't like it. I didn't like any of it. 88.1 The Burg, your music central backyard burn. Shane Dog Peterson and Noah Annette. And if you know anything about Noah, you know he is our registered TV expert and also our biggest fan of The Masked Singer here on this show. The season finale last night, Noah, please let us in on what happened.
Okay, so in my personal opinion, the frog blew it. Could have won the whole show, but blew the final song. He sang "We Ain't Going Nowhere," which was I enjoyed the song, but not the song. If you can't execute the song perfectly, you're not going to win the show. And so Frog didn't win. And so basically Frog got third place, and Frog was the first one to be unmasked. And Frog was dun 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 little Bow Wow. And I knew it the whole show.
Little Bow Wow?
Yeah, it was a little Bow Wow, because they had all these Michael Jordan clues in there, and I was like, it's a little Bow Wow. I'm like, it's like Mike, dude.
What?
That was the one I was
totally forgot he existed.
He's like apparently a rapper still, so I was like, whoa, little Bow Wow's on here. And so I was pretty thrilled about that. Then the turtle, I can't remember what turtle sang. He sang a Louis Capaldi song. I can't remember what it was though. It wasn't Someone You Love.
Oh, it wasn't?
It's the other one. It's the Louis Capaldi song that's better than Someone You Loved, in my opinion. I think like I like that song, but Someone You Loved is a little overplayed in my opinion. But I like that song as well. But then Night Angel sang the song that was it was a Tina Turner song, and it was just like a really, really, really like, it was like a song that no one my age would typically know unless you're like a Tina Turner enthusiast. and it was just like it was an older song. So like for younger people, it was kind of a letdown. You're like, well, that's not a very good song choice for the finale. But so anyways, it was pretty close between the Turtle and the Night Angel, and you weren't really sure what one was going to win. And it turned out the Night Angel won. So the Night Angel got Unmasked last, and that was a fair winner. Night Angel performed well throughout the whole season. I just thought that she should have picked a better song at the finale, but that was okay. But some other people were jazzed about the Tina Turner song, just not my personal favorite.
So the Turtle and the Frog were obviously males, and
Yes.
the Night Angel was a female singer. So you didn't mention. So did they unmask? They unmasked all three of them, correct?
They unmasked everyone, so I was going to get to that next.
Okay.
So the Turtle was a former Disney star that is like a very popular singer, and I'm talking like Disney star when we were kids.
Oh God.
Like Disney star.
Oh wow. Is it somebody from like Lizzie McGuire or something really crazy?
See, I'm not quite sure what he was on, but I know that he was definitely on Disney Channel at some point, and it was dun dun dun. Jesse McCartney was
Jesse McCartney. Okay. Yeah, duh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did appear in Lizzie McGuire, some of that stuff. I might be.
Yeah. I know he did a lot of stuff on Disney. And they had like some Disney clues, but they mostly were like boy bandy clues and things like that. And they had all these. He must have like done something with the Backstreet Boys at some point, because they had a Backstreet clue. And
he did.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but those two were all three of the people on the show were guessed by the judges, which was kind of expected. And the third one, which was the person that I personally don't know, the Night Angel. I've seen her face before, but I don't really know what she does. It was Candy Burris.
Candy Burris.
And she originally was a singer, but she's like, I kept wanting to think she was on The Talk, but she wasn't. And apparently she's like a TV personality and a mogul and all this stuff, and couldn't make it as a solo career singer, but made it in a group career singing. So that's who the winner was. But she was actually a really good singer. And so I think what's really interesting is some of the people that are really, really good singers on this show make it really far, and it kind of shocks you who they are in the end.
That's absolutely sweet. When I first saw the show, I thought it looked goofy as all get out. But from you giving us all these updates and just talking about it and looking into it, I'm excited to see when this next season's going to come, because now I'm going to be hooked on it, and I'm going to keep talking about it no matter how long I'm on there.
Well, and what's cool about it is at the beginning of the show, there's a lot of people that are really bad singers that are just like icons, or there's some people that just get robbed on there, and you're like, dang, I really wanted that person to go a little further.
I was upset that Tony Hawk didn't win. You got knocked
Tony
out
Hawk.
pretty early.
Tony Hawk had no shot of winning.
Yeah, he had no shot of winning. But the fact that he went up and sang a Cure song, I still watch the performance just because it's so mind blowing that he's actually that good at singing.
Yeah, well, he should have made it one more week. There was another person that episode that was just awful, and I think he should have at least made it one more week.
I mean, I think he should have just made it to the finale.
Well, that was not going to happen, as much as you like Tony Hawk, Shane.
Oh, whatever. A guy can dream. But again, Noah, it's out of scale 1 out of 10. How did you rate this season of Masked Singer?
Well, I thought that I was thoroughly enjoyed in the beginning. The middle had a bunch of people that I thought should not have been on the show because I didn't believe they were famous. or they were like not. Maybe they just weren't icons to me, you know. And so there were a lot that, like, you feel really bummed out when there's a person that you don't know that gets unmasked. Like, I will say that. Or like when you get, like, I don't know, just for me, like when a person like JoJo Siwa gets unmasked, I'm like, oh gee, it's not my favorite, you know.
Oh God, she's awful.
Yeah,
Thank
but
God
like,
she got knocked out early.
yeah, but like when Sarah Palin was unmasked, that was pretty cool to me. Like, I'm like, oh, like Sarah Palin's like not really a good singer, but it was interesting to see her on the show, you know.
That's hilarious. Nobody would have
like,
ever guessed that.
Yeah, whether you like Sarah Palin or not, it was just really interesting to see her on there. But I think the finale was all that it was cracked up to be. There were a lot of really cool unmaskings, and so I think altogether, I'm going to give it an 8.5 because I think there was a big mid-season lull, but it kept me thoroughly enjoyed throughout most of the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it first from the resident TV expert here at the Burg. It's Mr. Noah Annette, Masked Singer. You'll be able to catch it, and you'll be able to find all the links online. You should go check it out. It's some good stuff. 88.1 The Burg, your music central. You are coming to the end of the backyard burn. The fire's getting low and the dogs are coming in hot. And you are met first by your two main dogs, Shane Dog Peterson and Mr. Noah Annette. Noah, another day, another dollar, another recording, and another show. And I'm happy to say everybody, because I didn't bring it up, Noah did in fact keep the Mickey Mouse hat on this whole entire show.
Yeah, it's actually really hard to keep on my head, and it wants to keep falling off, but it's okay. Well, and it's got a little bit of weight to it too, a little bit of weight.
Well, you got that when you were how old again?
I was literally in the 4th grade. I don't even know.
You were probably like 8 years old. So I mean, your cranium's probably grown a lot since then.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I did not look like this in the 4th grade. I can assure you that.
Well, the thing is, I didn't look like this in the 4th grade, but I still had the same size head. I've always had a really big noggin on me.
Yeah, I think. Well, it's like not. Maybe if I wore it like this. If I wore it like sideways, it's better. Which it looks worse, but it actually feels better.
Yeah, the ears are just totally on the opposite side. Well, Noah, you keep saying you got more and more of these, so I'm actually going to look forward to tomorrow. I'm unfortunately not at my house, or else I would grab some fun stuff, because the only thing that I could really grab in here, inside my uncle's office, we got a couple dead deer skeletons and stuff in here. Don't ask me why. My uncle owns a hunting game bag company, so we got a lot of dead animals in here. I mean, I could pull out, some dead animals and stuff, but not any wild hats.
I'm just gonna tell you, I don't have a hat tomorrow, but it is very interesting, and you do wear it on your head, but it is not a hat.
You don't wear it on your head. You wear it on your head, but it's not a hat. That's like a riddle that's going to be keeping me up at night, thinking about what you're going to be coming up and trying to catch me off guard.
You'll see. I'm pretty sure I have it in the closet still. If I don't have it, I have a couple other options.
No, options on options. Well, Noah, again, bud, I can't wait to get back here tomorrow, because after we get off of here, I've got no fun stuff to do except schoolwork and more work.
Oh,
and that's the only reason why I like coming on here, dude. I love just kicking back. I love just spitting nonsense at all of you. And remember, if you want to find all of us, you can find us at all of our social medias at 881 The Burg on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You should also find me at ShaneDog6 on Instagram, and Mr. Noah, NWAH_Annette on Instagram as well. And guys, you can find us on YouTube, as well as get that app. I will be pumping that app as much as possible till you guys will actually start downloading it and giving us a listen and access the Burg anytime, anywhere from the touch of your phone.